Right, welcome back, and here we are with this base that we built on our previous video. Built that one down there as a craft base for the first video. We built this horde base for the second video. Now the problem is 2.5 has dropped, and apparently it's a big deal for rage hitting. I don't think it's the end of the world personally. So what we're going to do today is run a really quick horde night, skip through it quite quickly, just sort of see what happens and review the damage that they do to the bases that we build on this channel. Now I have 3 solid layers. I mean, actually this entire thing up to about there is just solid concrete, but typically in all my base videos I say do the bottom 3. I don't think that they'll do enough damage to make this base in any way an issue. So we're going to run a horde night real quick, and we're just going to see what happens. Okay, so I've just set it to day 700. It is on insane. It's horde night. It's pretty much as hard as it can get, unless you change biome, of course, but we're just going to keep it in the standard for now, because I think that's just where most people build their base. I'm going to skip through this quite quickly. I won't make you watch the whole thing. I do need to reload my gun. Have some free shots there. Just try not to get blown up right at the start. Should have put an extended clip on this gun, but there you go. All I've done is max out rifle and magnum on the skill tree, as well as the spear. I haven't even put any proper endgame mods on any of these guns either. They're just like bog standard. Stop getting hit. Got no armor on. Literally naked. Have a quick check of what's going on down the sides. All look good over there. Gonna have a look down the front, see what's happening. They have got in by the looks of it. So it looks like their AI has definitely changed. I have reasons to believe they're underneath us. They're really chewing up the base underneath us. I can hear it. Yeah, look, they're all having it. Now, this base will definitely work in co-op, with one of you there and one of you here covering as per the reason it's built like this. But for one of you, this isn't going to work. So, as you can see, they gave it a pounding, my guys. A real pounding. We've got some blocks taken out on the side. We've got some taken out this side. The back seems to be fine. Everything else is okay. Damage-wise, they took out one of the scaffold ladders. The second one was completely fine. The bottom one nearly broke, but then the second one was fine. All this is fine. All this is fine. And I'll tell you what's really good is they didn't target the stairs. In the old update, they would sometimes get confused and hit my stairs, and normally break a couple of blocks. Like this here, for example. I think that was just me shooting, though. I was shooting down a lot, and I think that might be gun block damage. Could be wrong. But it looks like the AI is focused on really attacking the base. Now, I do need to mention a few things here. The first thing, this is an end game horde night. It was day 700. It was on the hardest difficulty. Now, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but this base is made of cement. It's not even made of steel. Now, in my opinion, this is a win. It technically done it, right? They didn't even penetrate through to the second layer. And that's with cement. You know, if it was made of steel, they just wouldn't have broke half as many, for sure. Now, if you're using this base and you're doing solo, you're going to have to put up with some of these blocks being broken. Now, you would steal the bottom 2, maybe 3 layers. You would steal the scaffolds at the front. They probably wouldn't have broke at all if they were steel. You'd probably steal around here. It doesn't look like it needed it. On solo, this base still works. Like, come on, look at it. 700 Horde Knight on Insane, made out of not even the best material, and it's still done it. If it's in steel, it will be okay. You will lose blocks though, but they won't do enough damage for it to be an issue, right? Because after Horde Knight, you then have 7 days before your next Horde Knight. Now, how hard is it, even if they've done as much damage as you can see here, how hard is it to replace those blocks in 7 days, you know? But whatever. We are going to try and adjust this. We're going to try and change it to a way that works efficiently, rather than just taking hits and repairing them the next day. This is, as I was saying, this is an endgame base, and this is all in cement, which is just unrealistic. So, oh, damn it. I didn't even want to do that. We're going to upgrade these to steel, because that is your main fighting position. You might as well do this. You're going to, in endgame, you're going to have so much steel anyway. You're going to constantly be choosing things to upgrade. So, eventually, you'll probably just have the whole bloody thing in steel, you know, because you're like, well, I've got so much steel, what else do I use it on? But we're just going to upgrade what's going to physically be touched. So it's going to be this main bar, the fighting position, and around it. Now there's an argument to be had to say that this sometimes gets touched, so I'm just going to steal this. It'd be wise to have one set of stairs in steel, so there's always a way up if it all did go to shit. In my opinion, you would steal all of this, which I'm gonna do just in case this doesn't work and it's useless. I'm interested to see how much better this base does on a Horde Knight with the bottom 2 layers actually steel, which it would be in a realistic game. There we go, steel. So we've got a steel path up to us, which is what they'll be touching. They'll be touching all along here. All of this front bit and the bottom 2 layers for any rage hits, if anything does get across. And my only concern is they for some reason do get across and then they can't go back again, so their only option is to go through. But this is a solid slab all the way through, so I'm not too worried about the odd one. Right, that's everything we can do. Let's smash together a Horde Knight real quick. Let's see what it does, how it performs, because I'm genuinely interested to know what happens here. This is quite an exciting moment. This might shape the future for 2.5, my guys. Now, also remember, I don't have any books in any of the weapons I'm using here, so what you see can only be better in your game. This is just like a baseline to see if this logic works and how we get on. Okay, we're back on day 700, 5 seconds-ish away from the Horde Knight. Now, remember that you can obviously repair throughout the night, which makes such a huge difference. You obviously can't repair down the bottom, of course, because you're up here, but we're not going to repair. We're just going to see what happens. Okay, so I tested a few things. I tried the classic force field design where you have, you know, 2 wide, 3 deep. That didn't work. That's completely useless now. But what did work, for me at least anyway, was this here. Now, these are placed a bit all over the place because I kind of did it mid-Horde Knight. But having the base 2 out, which you probably won't see because I'll cut it out the video because it didn't work. There's no point me boring you with the whole build of this. But the reason I brought this 2 out was my logic was if this acts as a force field, then at least they're not falling down on top of this. This is out 2 blocks, so they're falling down here, then they go in, can't cross this, it's a force field, go back. That didn't work, but what did work is because we brought this 2 out, I was able to put these here, which is what we use for the ceiling, and although I'm defending here as normal, I can then just look down and shoot at whoever's attacking the front of the base, a bit like the system we use on the side for co-op bases. This worked really well. Now, if you look, they did smash the first 2, which were steel. They smashed the next 2, which were concrete, and they smashed 1 round there. But this is an entire solid block. Throughout a whole Horde Knight, it's getting a bit dark, hold on. Throughout a whole Horde Knight, they broke 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. They somehow broke 2 here. They somehow broke 1 here. But, I mean, 5 blocks. That's all they broke in a whole Horde night. I now have 7 days to place 5 blocks. You know, that's how I kind of look at it. Although they did a bit of damage, it just wasn't anywhere near enough damage for it to be a problem. Now, I put these down about halfway through the Horde night when I realised, yeah, this isn't working. They had already broke this when I placed these. I don't know how far in they had gone, but I could see that that was broken and they were in there. Now, if we did this from the start and just managed and shot, maybe they wouldn't even break a single block. You know, who knows? It's only going to be less damage than what you see here, because this wasn't here for the whole night, only half the night. Now, in my opinion, if you build your base, whatever your base, you know, however you do your base, it doesn't have to be what I've built here. Whatever you do for your base, if you just bring the fighting position out 2 blocks, then build your logic, and then just have this here, this seems to be absolutely fine for 2.5 bases. This is what I'm going to do from now on until we get a bit more information, until more people come up with, you know, there'll be ideas eventually that work better than this. Now, I've got a Discord in our description, so please jump over there if you have any ideas on what you're doing that works. Come over to Discord, throw it in there. I would love to know what you're doing. If it's ideal and it works, we'll throw it on YouTube. I'll give you a shout out. It's your idea. I'll let everyone know it is. We just want to get some good bases for 2.5 that work. Now, in my opinion, this works. This is really good. This is how I'm going to run my base. This logic with this. Not a problem, in my opinion. You obviously won't have these blocks all the way around. It'll just be normal blocks like this. Because this was a test and it failed. Didn't work. You know, meh, shit happens. So, fighting position, also fighting position. Because they were literally just building up here. So, I was just shooting them straight in the top of the head. It really wasn't a big deal. Anyway, hope you guys are having a fantastic Christmas. Jump over to Discord. Let me know what you think. Until the next one.